When the cause of identification, which is the cause of bondage, is relaxed, there is still a tendency based on feeling and thoughts to enter into further bodily experience. I think it's fair to say that there's two traditions in India for reaching transcendence of the body. One is the path of asceticism, of mortification of the body, whereby you maintain an unnatural position or some unnatural behaviour for many years. And the other is to purify the body, to purify it physically and inwardly as much as possible, and in this way you get transcendence of the body. And this is often how yoga is understood. It's about purification. But what Sutra 38 is telling us is that even when the cause of bondage is removed, so even when there's liberation, there's still a tendency prompted by feelings and thoughts to enter into bodily experience. Now the previous sutras have been exploring this. They've been exploring the response to thoughts and the response to feelings. To always come back to awareness. But it's still saying that there's this tendency to identify with feelings and thoughts and to attribute it to the body. Now, at the beginning of this sutra it says the cause of bondage, which I say is identification. The cause of bondage is actually consciousness itself. Bondage is how consciousness operates. It's probably best to use the term awareness. It'll be much clearer if we use the term awareness. Because when you're aware of something, awareness itself disappears. There's only the object. There's only the object of awareness. So if I'm aware of this book, I'm looking at this book, then there's just the book. There isn't awareness of the book, there's just the book. Awareness identifies with what it's aware of. It disappears into what it's aware of. And this is bondage. This is bondage. Enlightenment practice is about coming back to the awareness and stressing that the awareness is more important than what awareness is aware of. Some ideas about this, some ideas about the realization that awareness is more important than the objects of awareness. So what we're being told here then is there's always the need for spiritual practice. Spiritual practice isn't about reaching some final goal, and once you've reached that goal, job done. In a sense, there isn't enlightenment. There's only enlightenment practice. If I find out otherwise, I'll let you know. So what's the point of this sutra? We've been getting these very intense and powerful practices in the previous sutras. And at some point, it's very likely that we're going to fail, that we're going to fall short, that we're going to disappoint ourselves, that we're going to feel unworthy even. That doesn't matter, because the tendencies to drag us down are still there. So we carry on with our practice. At some point, when we've got the wherewithal, we get back on with it. So we have to allow for lapses. So we can allow for lapses, but without making excuses. So no matter how much we fall from grace, we can always return.